How are you doing today, beautiful, beautiful women? Okay, good morning. I hope you all have your coffees, and I hope you're all ready for this podcast. So, today we're going to be talking about in the day of a life of a mother. I've wrote something down, but before I do start, I want to say I love you. You are cherished and you are appreciated. Mothers to be mothers and women who wants to be a mother. And just women in general. You are awesome, you are great, and you are amazing. And what I want to say is being a mother is hard. You don't have a manual or instructions on what to do, which we don't. We don't have a booklet telling us how to be a great mother, telling us what we should do and how we should go about it. We don't have an instruction manual at all, period. We really don't, mothers, women of all kinds. We don't. And it's hard. It's hard. It's very hard. So you just have to wing it and hope you're doing a good job with your kids. When I tell you I had a hard and troubling time with everything, I cried for help. And I couldn't do nothing but tough it out and keep going, which is the truth. I had to tough it out, and many of you have to too. Because it's hard to know exactly what to do in certain situations when your kids get sick, certain situations when things happen, and we don't know what to do. A lot of times we panic. A lot of times we think that we're doing the wrong thing. And it be a lot of times to where we feel like we're bad parents because we don't know how to assess a certain situation. It's hard. And then we get a lot of judgment, a lot of negative feedback, a lot of hurtful words and hurtful glances just for trying to be the best mother that we can be without any help, without any manual, without any instructions on how to be a good mother. Because you have to think everybody teaches on because we all raise our children in our own way. You know? So it's like you just have to tough it out. Being a mother is very hard. You don't get paid and it's a full time job. But hey, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Because they're yours. They're your flesh and your blood. They're something you created. You brought these children into this world and you created something out of nothing. You carry this being inside of your body for over 9 months, 10 months, sometimes less. But you carry this life within you, kicking and moving, eating what you eat, feel what you feel. They can understand and hear you when you speak. I'm telling you, carrying a life within you is a wonderful thing. I'm not saying, hey, mothers, go out here and have more kids. Oh, no. I'm not saying all that. Because I have three of my own. Well, two here and one on the way. But the thing is after this one, I think I'm going to be finished with having children because I would like to start getting my life together, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. So, we all go through ups and downs and even a lot of mental breakdowns, which we do. A lot of times we rise, we fall. Our minds races because we don't know what to do. We have children that tells us they hate us. We have children that treats us so bad at times. But yet at the end of the day we still find a way to love our babies. You know? Because that's what as mothers are supposed to do. Love unconditionally. Teach and show them the right way. You know? And a lot of the times it feels like we have our backs against the wall. In that moment, that's where you find your strength. I mean, I'm writing this. I'm not taking away from none of the fathers at all. None of them. Because you have them wonderful fathers that are out here that are actually raising children on their own and doing what it is they're supposed to do as a father. And then you have other fathers that are family men that have their wife, their children, and they're supporting the household and they're doing their very best. You have men who wants to be fathers, who really want children. And I mean, sometimes we do have even women and men out here who's not fit to be parents at the moment. One day, maybe. But right now, they want to party. They want to have fun. They want to live their lives. I mean, it's all in good fun. But if you bring children into this world, it's your responsibility. And if you don't want them, put them up for adoption. Give them away to someone who wants them, who will love them and cherish them. You know, don't make them suffer because they didn't ask to be here. Honestly, neither one of us asked to be on this earth. We were just brought here. We were born here through our parents, through our families, you know? Even though I'm not taking nothing away, like I said, from the fathers at all. But it is the women who do a lot more within the household than the men. I'm not saying the single fathers don't do a lot. But when you're in a family household, it's the women that does the most. We do the cooking, the cleaning, we take care of the kids, and even caring for our man because that's our responsibility. We feel that we supposed to take on that responsibility. The man is supposed to work. He's supposed to provide. He's supposed to pay the bills, the rent. That's what we've been told our whole lives. You know? We've been told that our whole lives that men are supposed to work and take care of us while we do everything else. But honestly, in my eyes, I feel it could be 50-50. I feel if we all can do the same thing, if women and men can work, because I know women want to work too, because we don't want to feel like our power has been taken away from us. We don't want to feel like that we're stuck depending on someone, you know, because us women are independent as well. And we want to be able to do things as well. And I feel that if it could be done equally, to where men and women can both bring in an income, then they both can equally do the housework, the cooking, the cleaning, and taking care of the kids, while also taking care of one another, you know? But then there's a lot of times to where you have stay-at-home moms who loves to stay at home with their children while the man go out and provide, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not taking away from no woman at all, period. None. We got stay at home moms who love to do the cooking, the cleaning, taking care of the kids, and taking care of their spouse because it brings them a satisfaction, a sense of belonging, you know? And it's nothing wrong with that. We're wanting to feel loved and be loved. There's nothing at all wrong with it. And I also want to recognize the other women. It's women who feel like they need their space and want to go out and party and have fun. And there's nothing wrong with that. But as long as you're taking care of your responsibility as a mother, then there's no problem with it. As long as you're doing what you're supposed to do with your children and your family, the weekends are no problem with having fun. Even sometimes during the weekdays, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do. Spend time with them babies, I'm telling you. Because when you make the memories with them children, that's the best thing you could ever give to them. Because memories never fade. The feeling of love never goes away. Because when you love on your children, you are teaching them how to love others as well. But when you don't love on your children, then they're set out to try to look for love in all the wrong places. Trust me, take it from experience. Because I spent a lot of my life looking for love growing up, and I used to look for it in all the wrong places and found it in all the wrong places. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. I've made my mistakes in life, and sometimes I still do. God didn't make me to be perfect, He just made me in His image. He made me to be the woman that I am, to grow and to learn and to become who I am. You know? Just like all of you, you know? And you know, by us having to do so much or deciding to be stay at home moms, stuff like that, it does take away from us, a lot of us. It does take away from our self care. It does take away from the things that we are trying to do for ourselves. You know, it takes a whole lot away from that. A whole lot. But we as women, that's why we become strong. You know? And sometimes we do suffer in silence. A lot of times, really. Because we take and we take and we take and we take. Take so much of everything. The bull, along with the struggles, the burdens. We carry a lot and we still stand strong. Because it seemed like even with our ancestors, they used to hold a lot on their backs. And then you got to think about it, it's carried down from generation to generation to generation. And it's our jobs to break those generational curses. We have to, in order to be able to speak up, stand strong, say what's on our minds, feel how we feel without feeling guilty, or without being judged for how we feel, or without being called naggers because we are expressing ourselves as women, you know? And sometimes it gets so bad that a lot of us women give up. And that's the part that hurts the worst. Is when you give up on everyone and everything and even yourselves. Is when you feel like you have nowhere to go, no way to be. And that you feel like that you have to be in someone else's background your whole life. And sometimes it takes us years to finally to be able to do what it is that we dreamt of doing for so long, because we're so busy uplifting everybody. We're so busy being stepped on and knocked down. We're so busy trying to be the backbone for everyone that we get forgotten a lot of the times. Sometimes we get dug into a hole so deep that we can't even see the light at the top of that hole, that we're stuck in the dark, stuck being that memory, that distance memory of our former selves, that shell of who we were once before. And then people get mad because we're not acting like how we used to act, because we become fed up and we become tired and we become so worn down. And a lot of times we don't have nobody to help lift us. Sometimes we have to crawl, we have to claw, we have to climb, and we have to pull. We have to do this for ourselves. Some people are lucky because they have someone to help them. But a lot of times, a lot of us women, us mothers, us soon to be mothers, and us mothers who wants to be, we don't necessarily have that help that we want. And it hurts us. It breaks us. It tears us down. And then we're not who we used to be anymore. We don't smile as much anymore. We don't celebrate life like we used to. We don't sing and dance around anymore. We lose passion within our hobbies. We start to act mean. We're not who we used to be. And it's hard trying to find that person again. Because it's like once you lose a sense of yourself, that's the part of you that you wish would have stayed. But then it becomes so hard. Like so hard to find you again. Because now you have to search and you have to scatter and scavenge just to find you. We lose a sense of ourselves throughout the years, but we get called bitter, we get called angry. People always look at us, oh, something wrong with you. What's wrong with you? Why you acting like this? Why you doing this? Why you talking to me like that? It's because they don't understand And a lot of times people don't want to understand. And it hurts when you can't freely express how you truly feel without being looked at like something is wrong with you, without being treated differently because you are on a self finding journey, or because you done lost yourself along the way carrying everybody else. And don't nobody never look at that. Don't nobody never show you the appreciation that you deserve. When you working behind the scenes to pull them up while you get pushed down lots of the times. We sacrifice so much. We sacrifice a lot. And yet we get treated so wrongfully. But we still here. And that's where our true strength comes in at. Is the fact that we're still here. We are Proverbs women. We have the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding. We have been put here on this earth to help guide, teach, and show. We are women of God, baby. And don't ever forget that. It makes me sad to know that our whole lives revolve around everybody else. It makes me sad to know that, but at the same time, it just makes me happy to know that we have that strength within us. But just keep your heads up and keep on going. Don't ever give up. Don't ever stop. Don't ever tell yourself that you can't, because you can. Don't ever feel like that this is it, because it's not. There's way much more to you. Your story is not over. This is just the beginning. I love you, women, mothers, soon to be mothers, and women who wants to be mothers. And I hope that you enjoy your morning. Drink your coffee and relax. Do something for you. Do some self care. Love on you today because you deserve it. Today is a day of rest. Rest today. Let everybody else do what's supposed to be done today. I love you all. Have a great day. And I'll be back soon. I will speak again on a different topic. And this time I will have a star guest with me. One of my own. And you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I love you and love you too. Goodbye.